word problems to kind of round out this unit. The annual cost of millions of dollars of removing arsenic from drinking water is modeled by the function below, 1200 divided by x. X is the concentration of arsenic in the water in micrograms per liter. Not a very important detail. In fact, they give more details on X, Y, Z that are also not important. So first thing we're asked to do is evaluate C of 10. Looks like it's $120 million, but we're going to use 120 because XYZ is happy with you entering that. If I plug in a 5, look, 5 is half a 10, so if I plug in, I'm going to skip the calculation, it's just going to double my number. Okay? And if I plug in a 1, that's 1,200 divided by 1, that's $1,200 million to get arsenic out of the water. What happens to the cost function as x gets closer to 0? Well, as x gets smaller, the cost gets greater. But what they're asking is, if it gets closer and closer to 0, one way to think of this is my cost gets closer and closer to infinity. That's the answer they're looking for on the software. I mean, on the XYZ homework. Okay, on to example 10, and this one definitely had me scratching my head. A cell phone company has a pricing scheme that includes 600 minutes of phone usage in the basic monthly package at $40. So $40 you get 600 minutes. Each minute over the first 600 minutes is charged 20 cents per minute. It says let X be the number of minutes of phone use per month. What's the expression for the average cost per minute if the value of X is between 0 and 600? Well, you take $40 and you just divide it by the number of minutes. Okay, that gives you the average cost for whatever number of minutes you use. You use 200, you put in a 200. So obviously you want to get as close to 600 as possible to maintain value. What is the expression for the average cost per minute if the value of X is in the interval 600 to 1200? Well, over 600 minutes, they're going to charge us 20 cents per minute, starting at $40. So I'm not going to do the average yet. I'm just going to come up with a function for C of X in that domain. It's not going to work everywhere, but above 600 and below and including 1200, it will. So we start with the $40 monthly cost. And to that we add 20 cents per minute for every minute that's over 600. So X has to be over 600 because it doesn't include 600, so we won't have a 0 there, minus 600. So if you plug in an X between 601 and 1200, this will give you your total cost. And again, that total cost is going to be over. It includes the first 600 minutes with the 40 right here. So my average cost is just going to be that expression divided by X. Okay, if phone usage in a certain month is 1,200 minutes, what is the average cost per minute? Round to the nearest cents. Well, we're just going to plug in to the above equation for 1,200 minutes. 400 plus 0.2 times 1,200 minus 600. And that's going to be divided by the total number of minutes, which they're telling us is 1,200. And what we get out of that, well, I'm going to do the subtraction. 40, sorry, that turned into a 400 there. 40 plus 0.2 times 600, all over 1,200. That, rounding to the nearest cent, is $0.28. So pay attention to the units when you're entering that number. I think they have it in dollars. Okay, I'm going to stop this video. The next one's going to take a bit.